we go again. Akaash Singh's wife is trying to end her husband's career on her own podcast that I'm sure he's sponsoring and he's supporting. It's some new footage she replied on her podcast, but I need to explain why every man should pay attention to this. Let's just find out. Let's watch.
Talking about, again, I don't think these narratives, you will call your wife a gold digger, all these other things, it's a shit thing. So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea this story. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting $25 a night on stand-up. I was on MTV shows that paid dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get rid of, to be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat fuck. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. We had to move out of that apartment and move to New Jersey. And what's even sadder than moving to New Jersey is I had to save up money to move to New Jersey. So we had to stay on her friend's couch for almost a month. We were basically homeless for a month. So I could save money to move to New Jersey. And I remember the night before we went to the couch, we had to stay in our apartment illegally. We were supposed to have been out by like 12 p.m. We moved everything out. We didn't have a place to stay, so we had to stay there that night. It was just me and her sleeping on a hardwood floor. I'm 34 years old. She's 25 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor, like a real Indian. You're a beautiful girl. You have so much ahead of you. Me, I don't know what my life is going to be. I'm 34. I'm fucking broke. This dream might not ever happen, but I'm too fucking moronic to quit. And I have nothing to give her. It's just a light jacket. It's like October. We have nothing. So I hand her the jacket, and then she said, "What's this for?" I said, "You can use that as a pillow." And then she goes, "Well, what are you going to use?" And I said, "I'll figure it out." She handed me back the jacket. She goes, "You take this." And then she lay with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broke and I'm in such a bad place and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, man. Really, seriously.
Do me a favor, to all my brown girls who are starting college, you actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And believe me, I know I'm speaking from experience.
What's your name, you ass in the front row?
Caleb.
Caleb? Who's that girl next to you? She got her face covered.
This is actually your wife, Akaash. Yeah, what's the matter, Akaash? Why you f***ing cuss?
Who's your favorite band, Caleb?
Coldplay? I actually took your wife to the concert.
You're like Indian Will Smith in an arranged marriage, Akaash.
Create a narrative out of nothing. And then I'll also respond to the people saying, I don't like my husband because I turned away from a kiss. I've never liked PDA, physical touch. I find it really overstimulating. And so it's something I actually work through with my husband because that's his love language. And I feel like for him, he tries to do physical touch to regulate his emotions, and I find it really dysregulating. So it's something we kind of work through in high stress situations because I get overstimulated when a lot of things are happening, and like my mother-in-law is there, my mom is there, and Akaash will tend to kiss me when there's a lot of people around, and sometimes I'm overstimulated, so I'm just like, oh, so yeah, if you want to know like my whole fucking psychosis or whatever, then I can give it to you. But it's just annoying that you guys create a fucking narrative out of something that's sweet for no reason whatsoever, because you're miserable in your own lives.
And it's wild that he even wrote in there, still in the honeymoon phase, with all of these likes and all of these women laughing and egging on this behavior. But remember how his wife said that she turns away because she doesn't like public displays of affection around the family? Well, underneath this Renew a Vow video, one woman asked her, Jash, you turned away from the kiss. Was it because of the mom was there? She said, laughing my ass off, no. I don't know why I always do this. I think it's because of my makeup. Star emoji with 29 goddamn likes. She can't even keep her lies straight. Instead of just admitting that, hey, I'm here for the transactional monetary benefit because it's the lifestyle that whatever TV show of her choosing.
Damn, stop fighting with me all the time. And then I was like, oh no, she just lets it out and she's free. All these little social niceties that we all do where we just lie, and she'll do it a little bit. For the most part, she's not. You're going to know how she feels, and that's what it is.
I love that.
It's great.
Where the has chivalry gone? Where has chivalry gone? Like, why do these men who make $60,000 a year talking about gold diggers? You don't have any gold to dig. You don't have to worry. You don't even have to worry about it. It's like, bro, we're not even talking about you, because the guys that are actually in the 1% tax bracket, they want to do like the things that my husband and Nav are doing. They want to take care of women. They don't want us to be stressed. They want to be in our divine, they want us to be in our divine feminine energy. Investing in your wife is the biggest ROI that you'll ever have. Investing in your wife is not a financial burden, because when you treat your wife like a princess or a queen, you spoil her, you give her stuff, you just let her be able to relax, she gets into this divine feminine energy, this divine feminine aura. In return, she starts taking care of you in a much better way. She's so emotionally supportive of you, because women are so strong in their EQ and how they can take care of men and like really comfort them on this like this level that they, you know, really haven't gotten since they were with their mom, you know, and not mothering them, but just like giving them that emotional support. And that energy gets rewarded in the universe. It starts coming back to you. And I can say I'm like a case in point example. Like, even before my husband really started making money, he always would find little ways to spoil me, even if it didn't cost that much in the beginning. And now like we've gone from like him buying me like AirPods or like Nike shoes to now like, you know, spending so much money at Miu Miu or Cartier or whatever. And I'm not saying that to be braggy. I'm saying that I've seen this principle like really, really work. And I truly believe that like a man that takes care of his wife is like blessed by the universe. He's a real man that is a real provider that like, I keep bringing up spirituality into this, but I feel like that's what God-fearing men do, like true alphas. And so like when I was training my dog, this is no joke, I read this dog training book, and it says in the book, like the true alpha of the pack is not the dog that barks all the time, is super defensive, insecure. Like those are the red pill guys. The true alpha of the pack is the calm one, the quiet, the like lead with dignity and this like stature and this grace. And let's face it, men are like dogs, like, you know, so it's like, yeah, the analogy fits. If the shoe, no, so I was gonna say the same thing about Akaash. Like, I think the happy wife, happy life is more just like women are so in tune with their emotions. We go through like week over week fluctuation. So one, we can't always be on it every week like how men can. And number two, it's like we give them like this kind of comfort and emotional support and stability that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise. You know what I mean? It's like how they say like behind every great man, what do they say?
Behind every great man is a successful woman.
No, behind every successful man
is a woman.
Wait, what is it?
What's the saying? Is a great woman.
Oh,
that was anticlimactic.
It's manipulation. You can't have both. You can't have it both ways. Women can't do this, or women can do this. Which one are you? Which one? Women are strong, or women are weak? Which one?
All the time. That's me.
She kissed that dog with more enthusiasm. She kissed that dog.
Oh man, Albert, please.
He kissed that dog with more enthusiasm than she ever has that soft male. Her husband probably looks at that dog with envy. Jeez, I wish I knew what your lips feel like. I can't.
You're going to know how she feels, and that's what it is.
I love that.
It's great.
Okay, so I think things that don't work in our marriage is my husband breathing or talking or having any opinion whatsoever, because it actually annoys the shit out of me.
Akaash Singh addressed a drama with his wife. He's doing stand-up shows at Cobb's Comedy. Someone who was in the crowd went to Reddit.
Alright, it's 10:45 on a Sunday. I'm making my wife do her first skincare vlog. Yes, we are going to bed at 10:45 on a Sunday. Go.
Okay, I want to say thank you everyone for being really nice in your comments. I didn't actually read all the comments because I don't have a death wish, and I don't like to normally be in videos because I don't like people, especially guys, saying something. So I appreciate all the nice comments, like the few that I read. I can't do this. Okay.
And
except when Akaash comes home from a very rough weekend, did like 3-4 shows, and she goes, "Can you walk happy?" Because I'm tired.
Honestly, yes, retweet. But also, Akaash hasn't been doing for Happy this week because he's been sick.
Oh,
so
wait, also
whatever.
men being sick, horrible.
I hate men being sick. It's the worst genre of man. They're so Neho. Like I swear to God, the way this guy has been sleeping in his cocoon, like he's been hibernating. It's like you think he came down with like TB or something. Like girls, like this is a true story. Before I had my gallbladder emergency, so much pain, but I had an interview to do for journalism school for a project. And I was like, well, I should just get the interview done. I did the interview, then went to the emergency room. That's how tough girls
Guys
are.
get like sissies truly when they're sick. Like it's a little cold. It's like, oh, can you please get me a blanket and soup? And of course I do that. I love my mans.
I do it, but I'm like, here.
Man up.
Man up. Yeah, get your shit together. We got to go to Mew Mew on Sunday.
Yeah, we have plans,
Sundays
baby.
are for Mew Mew.
And I feel like a podcast really gives this like open communication and dialogue and intimacy that I feel like creators will not do it.
Yeah, no, I actually love giving us kudos because like, let's give our flowers. Like if the internet's not going to do it, let's do it ourselves because it's not easy to share things that are really vulnerable about yourself, but you think will be helpful for other people or resonate with other people. It's also just not easy to talk with a bunch of cameras, lights, and microphones and not feel nervous or get insecure. And it's also not easy to try something new and put yourself out there, even if you get bullied, which we obviously are and still are. So I want to give kudos to...
How do you even know what a hymen is? Broke.
Yeah, that bottle ice is still pristine.
I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I bet that shit is flawless. Mint condition. Michael Jordan rookie card. Dead stock. Dead stock. You've broken a few hymens. I probably ain't even sprained one. Son.
So we're gonna get IVF, and I guess we're just gonna have to pick. Okay, so I think things that don't work in our marriage is my husband breathing or talking or having any opinion whatsoever because it actually annoys the shit out of me. No offense to the homeless people, but like, you know, when you get on the subway and there's like a homeless person sleeping and like everyone has to get out of that car? Yeah. That's what my husband's balls smell like. Oh my God. Okay, say what you said again.
I said, don't brag to me about all the stuff you buy if your girl/wifey got nothing. Do one or the other. Don't buy something for yourself or don't buy anything for yourself and don't buy her anything, or buy stuff for yourself and buy her stuff. But don't brag to me you got 15 watches and your wifey sitting there broke. That's broke boy behavior. That's broke boy bragging.
So what? It's either don't buy anything.
Be consistent. You don't own nice things and she don't own nice things. It is what it is. We don't want to waste money on these frivolous things. But if you're gonna brag to me on all the frivolous things you got and your girl sitting there getting nothing, you're corny. Don't brag to me about that. Or do it in silence and understand it's trash. That's broke boy behavior to me. I don't like it. And I am a sexist. So I always maintain this. Let's never forget who I am.
Speak on it, please. And thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Once a girl is let outside the supervision of people that care about her to play,
Ugh, shame on her.
she done had her pushed in. I know you don't want to believe me, but I'm here to tell you.
It's because I was super sheltered in high school, didn't really date, was a late bloomer. So when I got to high school, when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season. And like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year. Why? You don't have to settle for...
Jasleen thinks I'm cheating on her because, where is it? She found this travel pack. I don't know why it was in my bag, but it was in my bag.
Why does it have hair ties in it though? And like a Tide pen?
Are they used? A Tide pen and Band-Aids?
No, but like what guy would like set this aside? And you're saying you don't even know where it came from.
I don't know where it came from. I've never seen my wife get jealous like this.
I do all the time. So who gave this to you?
I don't know. It's also a black travel kit. It doesn't look feminine remotely.
So is it a guy?
I don't know.
Is it a guy?
Maybe it was Emmett's.
Oh, I think it's Emmett's.
Oh yeah, now look. Do you apologize?
No. Because he has hair. That's what
Exactly.
that said.
Yeah.
But why does he have this?
I don't know. Maybe it's not Emmett's.
It's Emmett's. Because the hair ties. These hair ties aren't good for his hair after
She has already made that pretty clear. He can't leave her. Here is a TikTok of her bragging about how her husband can't leave her, addressed to the people telling her husband to leave her. She's saying, to everyone saying my husband should divorce me, boy, do you got something coming, right? Because guess what? Guess what? We didn't sign a prenup. That right there is her address to the people telling Akaash to leave her. Leave me. We ain't signed no prenup.
I think all of us here like white women.
They're the lowest on my ranking.
Lowest?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's top?
Indian, obviously.
Walking around down there, like, more blood can sometimes come out even if your period is over. And I swear to God, like, I thought my period was done. He, like, looked at me with so much disgust, and I'll never forget that moment. Like, I felt so ashamed and so dirty, and, like, he was like, how could you do this to me, and all this stuff. Ruined the night, and, like, whatever. And he was my boyfriend at the time. I was just, like, so depressed. I went home, and, like, I called my sister, and I was like, I have to tell you something. Like, this happened to me. And she literally was like, so? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, Jesse, that's so normal. Like,
Whenever somebody say relationship coach, if you got a real relationship coach, you ain't ready to hear the truth. You ain't ready to hear the truth. A real relationship coach is going to tell you something that in your heart you know is right, not how you feel about it. You know it's right. This man used to have the audacity to stand on stage, and he ain't had no material for real, tell people about their relationship. And his relationship is in shambles.
Wait, he
because
makes fun of their relationships?
yeah, he act like he telling you you're fucked and all like that. Listen, his wife, if you listen to her speak, I'm talking about this
And they're still married.
Akaash Bagaj type. What is his name again?
Akaash
Singh.
And they're still married.
I invite you to come to a debate with me, sir, because see, a man like this is the enemy of all things logical. All things logical. The situation he is in, that's her. People was talking about, oh, they're so cute a couple. He gave her a ring so big on video. That's all she could talk about was the ring. Still didn't kiss him in the mouth.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at her looking away on every kiss.
Oh, well, so if she hasn't even kissed him in the mouth, you know he hasn't gotten, you know what?
You already said what I'm thinking, D. Old girl and him are extreme. He's a for the game. She brags about how she was in college. I would debate him. But I wouldn't be caught hanging with a man like that. Because a man like that is going to bring you down, and he's going to bring a woman that ain't around you and expect you to respect her.
Yo, I literally seen when Andrew and Akaash started Flagrant, her entitled ways started way before the internet. Apparently she was doing homework on like the studio computer, and they asked her to leave, and she got mad and entitled. They asked her to stop working on the computer so they can film their podcast.
Why? What? Why am I in? That was rude? Was that rude?
Yes.
How was that rude, Akaash?
It's kind of rude.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Was it rude? Akaash, was it rude?
I don't care. I'll do it when I get home. I won't. I mean, like,
Oh, you should leave it in. You should start right
Hold
now.
on. Hold on.
Definitely don't leave it in.
Before we start, because we already started, but was that rude? Was that rude? First of all, something that I learned today that I had only heard in rumors prior was that Akaash's girl does not like young Hezi.
Really?
At all.
Really?
I felt a vibe.
I don't blame
she
her.
don't like you.
Oh my God.
No, she don't like you.
Why? Why is that?
And I even gave Akaash like a little fake ass compliment. Like, remember when they were doing a podcast, and I was like, man, he waited for you. Like, I've been trying to whatever. You know how you try to pick, promote your boy.
Yeah.
When she don't like you, ain't no brainer.
Hey, bro, feelings mutual.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not
gonna hold you. I felt the vibes, bro.
The vibes were there. But wait, was that rude when I just said we'll wait for Akaash's girl? I said we'll wait as long as she needed. We'll wait.
You didn't say it like that.
That's not how you said it.
But that's how I meant. How'd it come out?
Like get the gap.
We'll wait.
It's like, all right, we'll wait.
It's the all right, we'll wait plus the pause.
But
Because
she
then
was-
it's like, all right, we'll wait. And they just stare at you.
I don't know what she was. What was she? She was doing homework or something.
So you kicked her out while she was doing work.
Son, I just looked over the computer and it looked like she was coding or some shit. And I was like, bro, we got a podcast to do. It's already quite late. You know, because a very entertaining interview with
And
Akash
then
and
you
his girl
gotta
on horrible
double down.
decisions.
That's what makes
Yeah.
you H.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. I ain't
Hold
going
on.
for it. I'll be telling
Hold
you.
on.
Like, if that was my girl, like, we'd have to have words. Like, okay.
Why are you spicy?
I don't like men like
I
that.
don't know. Like, I just love it.
First of all, how many weekends were you gone this year, Akaash? How many weekends?
I don't know, many.
35 at
Black
least
girls
out of 52 weekends. And I do everything. Yeah. What was that scoffing?
My girl, you can't complain to someone that you're doing everything, which includes cleaning the apartment, complaining that that person is not there. You're picking up after yourself.
I really think Will Smith is like, he opened the floodgates for all of the attacks. It's all open now.
You think that kind of like had a little bit to do with like having people get a little, you know, obviously emboldened to do shit like that?
You know, this is a crazy comparison.
Pay
You know how
attention.
Columbine, there weren't really school shootings, and then after Columbine, people were like, yo, that's a possibility. Like,
Oh, that's
deranged
a thing.
people. And well, I'm not saying the significance is the same, but like on a smaller, much smaller level.
The wife of Akaash Singh has humiliated and belittled and demasculated him on social media, and a lot of you are shocked. Why? The majority of relationships in the West now are exactly this. Western men have become simps and beta males, and on regular daily basis allow their wives and girlfriends humiliate them all the time. To them all the time, talk on social media and behind their backs all the time, carry their purses. This is now normal. Men are just servants and bitches of their wives and girlfriends. And just because a famous guy or rich guy gets caught in this situation, it shouldn't surprise anybody. Will Smith, remember that? Ruined his career to his ex-wife, not even a current wife really. This is normal. Until men realize that they're and find some self-respect and build some boundaries, this will be happening over and over again. And fame and fortune does not at all cure this problem.
Tell me about your relationship with your wife. What's that like?
A lot of work, a lot of therapy. We love each other so much. We're like deeply in love. And it's like we laugh all the time. But both of us grew up in like, and I'm talking about this in the next special. It was like turbulent households for both of us. We don't need to get too personal. But yeah, it's turbulent. So we didn't have any tools. Our fights would get crazy. Like I am very calm with her until I'm not. And then it's hard for me to cap the anger.
0 to 100 in a second.
0 to 100.
0 to 0 for 10 days and then...
She never felt unsafe like I would hit her.
Sure.
But like, I like hit myself a couple of times like a fucking maniac, and like, that's not going to make you feel safe either.
No.
So it was a lot of therapy. As soon as we got together, I'd been thinking about therapy for a while, and I realized I love this girl, and I don't even think I knew how much until therapy, but like, I was like, yeah, I love this girl. This girl I want to make it work with. I can't let this get in the way. So I started therapy 2016, I think. And then it didn't even really take hold, I feel like, until like 2019. And then 2021, I felt in like, whatever, 2024, 2025, I'm feeling more and more like, it's just one of my therapists, a couples therapist we had said, all therapy is trying to get your emotions into words. A lot of times you get angry, but you're not actually angry. You're feeling, I'm insecure about this thing, and then you said that thing and it hurt my feelings, and it's coming out as anger. But if I could just say, hey, you know what, I'm insecure about this thing, and you said that and it kind of hurt my feelings, it's a whole different fight. And that's what so much of what we're trying to work on. And my girl still pops off. For me, it's trying to stay patient through that and hearing her, and then getting, because again, she grew up not feeling like anybody's looking out for her. She's not feeling protected. So she has to fight for herself. Okay. So it's my job to try to listen to that.
That's when you keep scores.
And she likes being pleased, like openly. My wife is the most self-aware. It's like amazing. She laughs at herself. She's incredibly self-aware. She's like, yeah, I'm high maintenance. It is what it is. Like, I know what you want me to, I'm not going to apologize. But yeah, that's where the scorekeeping comes in.
Because you feel like I'm doing this.
But I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it so you tell me I'm good enough. You know what I mean? That's a very different thing.
Right.
It's not a true good deed. So it's fine. That's okay. We all have that, whatever.
No, we don't.
My wife likes being pleased because it makes her feel validated. But don't pretend the score is so uneven that I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. And you're not making me feel validated even though I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's not you don't do shit. I just need the validation.
This is kind of sad. This is bothersome because I don't think Akaash really married a woman. I think he married a belief system, humiliation ritual, because the way she talks, that's not a relationship. That's commentary, talking points. She sounds like the opposite of the red pill. That's why she put him on camera to validate her feelings when it has to do with purchasing things. This woman is, from what it shows, could potentially be a manipulator, but she might not even know it because her behavior is being rewarded. So like I said, the way she talks is like a TED talk on why he should never stop swiping his card or supporting her. This is pretty sad, so let's break this down. She said, most men got no gold to dig. Fine, that's fair, and honestly, it's true. Most men don't. At the same time, that's an identity crisis. Because if you're talking about divine feminine energy, emotional support, spiritual reciprocity, why does every example end with Cartier? If the principle is spiritual, why is the application always finances? Two opposites can't be true at the same time. She claims that women have the highest EQ, which I do not believe. We just have it in different ways, and that's okay, you know? We express it in different ways. But it's usually based off of society. But we all have the ability to tap into emotional intelligence however we choose. She claims that women have the higher EQ, but publicly embarrassing him, mocking his illness, telling him to shut up, talking to him about his, telling strangers about his hygiene, which is highly private and very, very embarrassing, making excuses, potential excuses, sorry, on why she does not want to kiss him publicly. She contradicts herself. On one case, like I said before, it was the makeup, and on the other hand, it's her emotions or something on why she doesn't want to kiss him on camera. And she compared him to a dog. Now, I understand the analogy, don't get me wrong, but she needs to have a higher EQ to understand what's going on in this climate right now. To compare him to a submissive dog is kind of manipulative. She's saying that the one that doesn't speak is the one that is more alpha, and everyone else that is warning him to get away from this woman are the beta, which is not some things that most men really do. Men see this like they did Will, and they clown him. Now, men really see this, and they actually are trying to help him, make him see that what he is doing is not the best situation. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, people like Myron are clowning him, obviously. But there are a lot of men on here that are trying to help him. It might not be in the way that he wanted to be, but they're trying to help him. Now, if women are the champions of EQ, then explain this contradiction. Why is the emotional intelligent partner the one causing the emotional damage? High EQ means restraint, empathy, timing, and respect, not dominance, dressed as divine feminine energy. You cannot preach emotional superiority while humiliating the man on live stream, your man on live stream. That's textbook contradiction. Either this is a comic bit or it's abusive dynamic being sold as modern feminine spirituality. There is no middle ground in this situation. Because if you strip away the laughter, the makeup, the podcast set, you're left with a man openly saying he feels not good enough, paired with a woman who reinforces it for content. It's bad, man. Like, if this were a man doing this to a woman, TikTok wouldn't call it a bit. They call it manipulation. And that is what it is. In a psychology aspect, what she is describing is not feminine energy. It's intermittent reinforcement, praising, berating, rewarding, insulting, affection withdrawal, and emotional teasing. And it can be cool, it can be funny, it can be a wonderful time in other healthy relationships, like if you bully someone and you joke and you have fun. But there is a middle ground to this situation that it's not very healthy. at all. In this situation for him, it just creates a trauma bond style attachment where Akaash is just trying harder, spend more, and give more, hoping to finally earn stability, promise, trust, and acceptance. And don't get me started with comics. That's why this is dangerous. They are not warriors. Honestly, they're hypersensitive empaths who convert pain into jokes. That's why so many spiral, self-deflect, and unalive themselves. A lot of them, their job is to laugh through pain, not face it. When a human like Akaash ends up with a partner that belittles him for content, his boundaries don't break. His identity dissolves. If this is all jokes, fine. But it's not that funny because what she is doing is showing an image that this is how she treats him. He is a comedian. People get on stage and they are either extemporaneous when they're doing crowd work. They don't really mean what they say, some truth to it, but they have a mic in their hand. So yes, honestly, that does make him a comedian. What she's doing is doing what a lot of other women do. It's berating men, belittling men on a podcast and justifying it because it's on a podcast with a straight stoic face saying the things that she says, but it just doesn't look right and it doesn't even sound funny. So if it's true that what you are saying are just jokes, fine. But you don't sound like they are jokes. You sound like a character if they are jokes who is not funny, who is a manipulator, who is a lazy person, who takes advantage of her husband, who is sometimes not even that smart. And I'm sure she is. So, I mean, it is what it is. She's doing what she's doing. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike him and I don't dislike her. But whatever they're doing, they're showing a bad example of what a real partnership should be between two loving individuals. Because it's definitely not that. Like I said, this is jokes, cool. Clip, frame the views or whatever. Jokes pay rent, okay? But if this is real, the only gold being dug is his self-worth. Because everything that we're seeing, the pictures being taken, maybe it was a still frame or whatever, and he's tired and he just wants to go home or something like that. But him in the background looking miserable, it's just not a good look. So maybe she doesn't care, but the self-worth that she has is selfish because if she does not have some form of perspective seeking, something which is emotional intelligence to see that she's actually hurting the person that she is with, dude, you need to reevaluate. And if he's still, again, basically married to an identity or a thought of him being attached to a virgin, he still is giving away his dignity. Man being chivalrous, generous, and being a provider, yes, those are good things. But not when they're exchanged for disrespect. Not when they replace boundaries. Not when happy wife, happy life becomes embarrassed husband, ruined mental health. A real man spoils his woman, but a real woman doesn't make him pay for the privilege of dignity. Tell me what you think. Put your comments in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think. I don't know. Maybe this is a good thing. We don't know. Maybe it's a good thing for them in their relationship. Maybe they can, see what's going on. Or maybe this is all a joke and everybody's being fooled. Put your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I don't know. God bless. Peace.